Welcome to day 1 of this nervous system reset. In this 14-day journey, we'll rethink stress as a natural part of being human, explore our personal relationship with it, and gently expand our capacity to hold stress through breath, awareness, and nervous system support. Let's begin today's practice with a slow, gentle, and expansive inhale in through your nose. And exhale out through the nose without force. Today, we are exploring our personal relationship to stress. Through breath and contemplation, we'll develop awareness of how we currently experience stress and consider how we might reframe it. Awareness is, in the end, the first step toward transformation. The idea that stress is bad has been ingrained in us for so long that most of us just accept it as a simple statement of fact. There are tons of studies that draw causal lines from chronic stress to high blood pressure to cardiovascular disease, metabolic dysfunction, and all sorts of other negative health outcomes. And while this is all true and scientifically accurate, the whole picture on stress is a little bit more nuanced and, frankly, misguided. It is also true that stress is good for us. Good stress is what motivates us and drives us forward. It is what helps us perform when needed, whether it's at work, at home, or when playing sports. Think about athletes before a competition. Their hearts race, their muscles tense. Physiologically, they are experiencing stress. So in this meditation, we are using our breath to drop into the body, and then working with a contemplation to shed some light on our habits and beliefs. So when you're ready, go ahead and make your way into a comfortable posture. Choose one today that feels right for you. Seated, laying down, or maybe even standing. We're going to begin by taking a deep breath in, filling up through the nose and blowing air in downward, in towards the belly. Feeling our rib cage expand laterally as the air flows in. Slow, gentle, and expansive. And then at the top of your inhale, stay here for a brief moment with your belly expanded for 4, for 3, for 2. Keep your mouth closed and slowly exhale out through the nose. No force, no pushing. Again, breathing in, filling up through the nose, expanding our rib cage as we breathe downwards our belly. Holding your breath here for 4, 3, 2. Now exhale equally as slow. Slow and expansive breath in. Let your belly and rib cage expand. Now hold your breath here for 4, for 3, for 2. And now release that exhale. Try to let the air flow out of your nose. This breathing technique helps balance the nervous system by slowing down the breath. Studies show that breathing like this optimizes your heart rate variability, a key marker of your stress resilience. Stay with the breath pattern, in and out through your nose. Let's continue on the topic of stress management. Stress is good until it becomes unmanageable and chronic. But when it comes to stress, your capability to regulate it matters. So does your mindset. And this is also where your breath comes in. Your breath is the most vital tool to shift your state, regulate your nervous system, and thus manage your stress. How you perceive stress has a tangible impact on your mental and physical health because your mindset doesn't just affect how you think, but ultimately how you act, and even how your body responds at a physiological level. It's not about eliminating stress, because stress is not our enemy, but shifting how we relate to it. Now, obviously, a positive mindset can't undo structural sources of stress, like financial insecurity, political instability, or discrimination. But it does mean that we have some agency in how we respond. By approaching stress with curiosity rather than avoidance or suppression, we can begin to learn how to read our own states and also learn how to shift from stress to calm. We can, through this level of interoception, learn to control our internal reaction to something external, such as missing the bus, waking up to a load of emails, or even an argument with a loved one. Now tune into the quality of this present moment. There could be sounds going on outside of you. There could be feelings of tension in your body that you are noticing. That's okay for this moment. See if you can begin to direct your full attention to your inhale and your exhale. Wherever you feel your breath, the most obvious spot, see if you can gently place your attention right there, effortlessly noticing the arising and the subsiding of your breath. It could be the feeling of cool air as it enters your nostrils, the air slowly filling up your lungs. Maybe you feel a sense of tightness in your chest as your rib cage is expanding laterally. Perhaps you notice a slight pause after your exhale before you take another inhale. Wherever your attention lands is perfect. Just focus your attention, right? Your mind will wander, but it is when you notice your mind wandering that you are truly present. Distractions are normal. Now gently let go of this mindful breathing technique and come back to nasal breathing, in and out. See if you can mentally note the in-breath, in, and as the out-breath leaves the body, out. In, out. For every exhale, see if you can relax your shoulders away from your ears and soften the little muscles of your face, especially those around your eyes. Now come back to your breath. It really doesn't matter how many times your mind wanders. What's important is that you bring it back to the very next breath in an easy and effortless manner. Now, finally, I'm going to invite you to join me in a contemplation practice. Begin to contemplate your relationship to stress. Start to reflect on the different stories you tell yourself when you experience stress. Are you quick to blame others, external factors? Maybe you feel stressed about work. Maybe it's school. Maybe it's your partner. Or are you quick to blame yourself? Just reflect. There is no right or wrong answer here. Just notice the quality of your thoughts. And then just begin to reflect on how you may approach stress after this practice, with the insight that it's part of your human experience. With this insight, we can begin to learn how to read when we feel stress sneaking up on us, a racing heart, a fast, shallow breath, or anxious thoughts. We can, with this insight and with our breath, shift our state from stress to calm. And with all that insight, I invite you to take a slow, gentle breath in through your nose. And as you exhale, slowly let the air flow out of your nose. Notice any subtle shifts in your body or mind from the beginning of this practice. We are now bringing this practice to a close. You can move on with your day. And when you inevitably encounter stress again, pause. Notice it. Instead of avoiding or retreating, continue to get a little bit more curious. What exactly am I feeling? Where am I feeling it? Can I work with it rather than against it? Know that stress is not inherently bad. It's how we relate to it that matters. This simple shift in approach can be the catalyst to feeling empowered rather than depleted. And that is why we started our 14 days together just like this. With some practice, you can turn a stressful moment into a learning opportunity. Thank you for showing up for yourself and doing something challenging today. I'll see you again tomorrow.